Some more breaking news here on the San Francisco 49ers report as the Niners have added another player in NFL free agency. According to Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, the 49ers have signed defensive end and linebacker Austin Bryant. We're going to break that down, let you know about the player, why to be excited about it, but also why to be a little bit timid as well. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the show. 132 subscribers from 80,000. That's an awesome milestone for this channel. We've been crushing our free agency coverage. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in to these types of videos as well as our live shows, regardless of where I am. At the Chat Sports Studios or at the crib right here, we're going to bring you any type of Niners news when they make a signing. And if you're hanging out with us, some Niners talk late night, give me a real one down in the comment section right now. As for Austin Bryant, had an idea that this was coming, been monitoring this all throughout the day, went on a visit to Santa Clara today, and oftentimes for free agents during free agency, when they make visits to an organization, a signing normally happens. That's what we have here. Austin Bryant, 4th round pick out of Clemson back in 2019. Dabo Sweeney had the boys balling back then. They've been a little bit down over the last couple of years. Solid year here in 2022. Austin Bryant was a part of some of those Clemson teams that were very, very good. Has played in 33 games, though, in his NFL career since 2019. Not ideal, obviously. Known to be a very high-energy guy who has been injured a lot to start his career. Some ability in there. Still young at 26 years old. Some intriguing size as well at 6'5", 250. So the scouting department for the 49ers, John Lynch, Adam Peters, Kyle Shanahan, the coaching staff, the scouts, the front office, they probably look at him as a player who has a lot of athleticism. It just hasn't resulted yet to him being a good player in the National Football League. And when you draft a player in the 4th round, you're expecting them to be somewhat of a consistent contributor. He hasn't really been a consistent contributor for the Detroit Lions. Games played per season so far to start his career: 4 as a rookie, 16 in his sophomore campaign, 14 and then I believe he played in 9 games this past year. He has had not much sack production, 4.5 sacks in 2021. That is his career high, and that is the only season that he has registered at least a half sack in his NFL career. Can play linebacker in a 3-4, but better suited at 6'5", 250 to be a defensive end and an edge rusher. As for some of the injuries that he's had in his career, a couple of pectoral injuries, a couple of them, and then a thigh injury as well. All of those injuries keeping him out of the lineup. This past year, as we're about to talk about, he was a healthy scratch for a lot of games. Dan Campbell, when he took over for the Lions in 2021, was pretty high on what he was doing then. He said, quote, "I think Austin Bryant," now he was hurt last year in 2020, but I know this guy was all out all the time. The plays that he did play, but to watch him being here and to get his feet back under him and to get the reps, get the load, he's been pretty impressive. I think this guy's got a really high ceiling and can continue to grow. I think he's even twitchier than I thought he was. Those would be 3 pretty good examples. So, end quote there. That's what Dan Campbell had to say about him in 2021. And if you watch some of the tape, at 6'5", 250, not many guys are built like that. He had a sack of Joe Burrow, which is more of an effort, high motor play. And he is a little twitchy, not a ton of bend coming around the edge. But again, given that size, he does move pretty well. Played 18% of the snaps last year, but was a healthy scratch a lot as he played in those 9 games in 2022. For people out there who are like, another mundane signing, who really cares? I'm going to talk about why to like it, why not to like it. First, let's go glass half full here. I'm a positive guy. You know what I mean? Chris Kocurek, the defensive line coach for the Niners, best in the NFL at developing defensive linemen. He's the best positional coach coaching defensive linemen in the NFL. He is a genius who maximizes defensive linemen. He brings busted players to life. See Charles Omenihu, Arden Key, Kerry Hyder. Samson Ebukam came to the Niners with a little bit more production from the Los Angeles Rams, but Chris Kocurek able to bring the best out of him. DJ Jones, another one, 7th-round pick who was able to get paid. Jordan Willis, like Charles Omenihu, a trade deadline acquisition. They ended up playing significant and important snaps for San Francisco. Can Chris Kocurek do it again? We'll see. The ability is certainly in there. When players have had ability, he's been able to maximize it. Clelin Ferrell, going to be another one of those developmental projects here for Chris Kocurek. Here's the problem with Austin Bryant. He's been injured a lot, and you cannot make the club from the tub. You can't produce from the club either. Why not to like it for Austin Bryant? Very, very limited production. One season since 2019, when he was drafted in the 4th round out of Clemson, in which he has registered even a half sack. 4.5 sacks in 2021. So Dan Campbell said that in training camp in 2021. Ended up that, he had a pretty solid season, but limited production, injuries, and was a healthy scratch a lot last year as well. So that's really the skinny on the newest member of the San Francisco 49ers. You're not looking at a Niners defensive line, starting-wise, really, really good. Although, John Lynch, please give me Yannick Ngakoue. I just don't understand it. 7 years in the league, at least 8 sacks per season in all 7 of them. 27 years old. I don't think he's going to cost all that much money. We'll see what happens on that front. But starting-wise, Drake Jackson at one edge, Javon Hargrave at one defensive tackle, Eric Armstead at the other, then Nick Bosa on the other one. And, Clelin Ferrell is going to factor in to a depth role. So too now is Austin Bryant, if he's able to stay healthy and able to make the team. You still have Kevin Givens. You brought back T.Y. McGill in NFL free agency. So that's looking and shaking out to be the men up front for this 49ers defensive front for San Francisco. Obviously, they can still address this in free agency. I'd ideally like to see them bring in a better player opposite of Bosa instead of just banking on the fact that Drake Jackson is going to live up to being a 2nd-round pick and developing in year 2. He kind of lost his energy levels, his stamina at the end of his rookie campaign. Kyle Shanahan even said, the body just kind of broke down a little bit as he got tired. Or you could address defensive end in the NFL draft as well. So appreciate all of you for watching. Austin Bryant to the San Francisco 49ers in 2023 NFL free agency. Another reminder to subscribe to the show whenever a signing happens and wherever I am. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go in depth with a lot of these guys too. Anybody out there can put up a 1-minute, 2-minute video. We'll go at length on a lot of these signings to just keep you informed and in the know as to what these players bring to the table, who they are, and what they can do for the San Francisco 49ers. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report. I'm Chase Sr. Enjoy your Wednesday nights. If another signing happens tonight, I'll be back here on this mic. If not, we'll catch you tomorrow here on the show.